The morning after her brother's release, the savannah awoke to whispers. People spoke Lami's name as though it were both blessing and warning. She heard the bull speak, one woman said at the market. They say she walks with beasts, muttered another. She shamed the chief's court, said a man, shaking his head. Mabwa tried to shield her daughter from the talk. Stay near home, she said. You have done enough. But Lami knew the wind carried unrest. She heard it even in the calls of birds, a tension humming across the plains. The truth she had revealed had unbalanced old powers. That evening, as she fetched water again from the stream, the hornbill swooped down and croaked, "The truth you freed has not rested. The chief fears you now." Lami's grip on the calabash tightened. "I sought justice, not power." "But men see power where there is fear," the bird replied. "The fire beneath the grass is spreading." A wide savannah evening, a young girl by a stream holding a calabash, a hornbill flying overhead, golden light touching the grass, distant village huts. That night, horsemen rode into her compound again. The hoofbeats woke her. Mabwa rushed out, shouting. But the guards seized Lami and bound her wrists. "The chief summons you," said their leader. They took her through the moonlight to the royal hill. The air smelled of dust and nervous sweat. In the courtyard, torches burned. The chief sat alone, his eyes heavy with guilt. "Girl," he said, "you brought shame upon my court. Yet truth was with you. Tell me, how did you make the bull speak?" Lami met his gaze. "The bull spoke because truth cannot die." The chief's jaw tightened. "Do not twist words. You have a gift, but gifts such as yours can unmake kingdoms. The people whisper that you command spirits." "I command no one," Lami said softly. "I only listen." The chief leaned closer. "Then listen well. Leave this land, or my fear will turn to wrath." Lami's heart pounded. She saw the trembling in his fingers, the rhythm of fear that she alone could sense. She bowed her head, but her voice was steady. "I will go, but truth will not stay behind." A torchlit royal courtyard at night, a young girl standing before an uneasy chief on a clay throne, guards with spears around, tension heavy in the air. By dawn, she was gone. Mabwa wept, pressing food and beads into her daughter's hands. Toma clung to her arms. "Where will you go?" "Where the wind carries truth," Lami said. She walked west, across dry plains and thorn scrub. The sun followed her by day, the jackal by night. Sometimes the animals spoke, sometimes only the silence did. She listened to both. In her wandering, she came upon villages suffering under greedy rulers, hunters who took more than they needed, traders who lied in weights and measures. She spoke truth where others dared not. Some blessed her, others cursed. One day, she reached Gander, a neighboring chiefdom rich in grain but poor in justice. There she saw a child beaten for stealing a handful of millet. The punishment was cruel, the kind that made even the dust look away. Lami stepped forward. "Enough." The guards laughed until they saw the calm in her eyes. "Who are you to command?" they asked. "I am no one," she said, "but truth walks with me." A busy savannah marketplace, a girl confronting armed guards near a crying child, shocked onlookers, bright sun over grain fields. Word reached the chief of Gander, a hard man named Bako, that a strange girl defied his guards. He ordered her brought before him. She was taken to the royal yard, surrounded by curious eyes. "So," Bako said, lounging on his stool, "you are the one who talks to beasts. Tell me, what do they say of me?" Lami's eyes met his. "They say the hyenas grow fat from your greed, and the vultures circle your future." The crowd murmured. Bako's laughter cracked like thunder. "You are bold for a wanderer. What is your price for these words?" "Justice," she said simply. "For the people you starve." The chief's face darkened. "Then your price is death." He ordered her bound and taken to the stockade until dawn. But that night, as she sat against the wooden wall, she heard whispers beneath the floor, the scratching of rats, the sigh of snakes. "We know his secrets," hissed the snakes. "He killed his brother to take the stool. His blood is not clean." Lami's eyes burned with fury. The truth had found her again, unwanted but alive. Night inside a wooden stockade, a girl sitting in dim light, listening, faint shapes of snakes coiling beneath the floorboards. Before dawn, she called softly to the jackal. It appeared from the shadows. "Break the ropes," she whispered. The creature's teeth snapped through the fibers. She slipped into the cool air and crept toward the royal compound. Inside, Chief Bako slept surrounded by guards and treasures. Lami stood at the doorway, the moon shining on her face. "Wake," she said. The chief stirred, blinking. "Who?" "You fear truth as all liars do," Lami said. "But truth will speak before the sun." He reached for his spear, but his hand froze when a low growl filled the room. The jackal, the snakes, even an owl at the window, all were watching. "Confess," Lamy said. Sweat poured down his face. "I did what I must." "Say it to your people," she said. A tense moonlit royal hut, a girl standing at the doorway with animals, jackal, owl, snakes, surrounding a frightened chief on his bed. By sunrise, the whole village gathered at the drum square. Bako, pale and trembling, faced them with Lamy beside him. "My people," he began hoarsely, I killed my brother to take the stool. I have wronged you." A shocked silence spread. Then the murmurs began, disbelief, grief, rage. Lamy raised her voice. "Justice is not revenge. He has confessed, now you must choose." The elders conferred. Finally, they said, "Let him live, but let him work for those he starved. The stool will pass to his brother's son." Bako fell to his knees. Lamy watched, her heart both heavy and light. The fire of vengeance had burned in her once, now it was ash, replaced by something cleaner. She turned to leave, but the elders stopped her. "Stay. Guide us with your truth." She shook her head. Truth must wander, or it becomes pride. A savannah dawn ceremony, a crowd surrounding a kneeling chief, a calm young girl standing before him as animals watch from the edges. Seasons turned. Rains came and went. Songs spread across the plains about the girl who heard truth and spoke with beasts. In some places, they called her daughter of ears, in others, the listener of winds. Chiefs feared her, commoners loved her, and children looked for her footprints in the dust. One evening, as she rested beneath a baobab tree, the elephant returned, its vast shadow covering her. "You have walked far," it said. "I have," she answered softly. "But truth keeps walking farther." "And what have you learned?" She smiled faintly. "That revenge is a path through fire, but justice is the rain that follows." The elephant rumbled approval. "Then your journey is ending." "Or beginning," she said. A wide savanna sunset, a girl sitting beneath a baobab as a great elephant stands nearby, glowing orange sky, peaceful and wise atmosphere. When she returned at last to Nambaru, years had passed. Her hair was longer, her eyes older. She found her mother by the hearth, her brother tending goats. Mabwa wept as she embraced her daughter. "You came back." "I had to see if truth still breathes here," Lamy said. Toma smiled shyly. "The chief who exiled you died last season. The people rule themselves now, through a council." Lamy nodded. Then truth found its own road. That night, they sat by the fire, the smell of wood smoke mingling with laughter. Outside, the wind whispered through the grass, no longer carrying warnings, only songs. The hornbill called from the acacia, "Is your heart at rest, little one?" "Yes," she whispered. "The fire beneath the grass has burned clean." The animals' voices faded into the night, and peace settled over Nambaru like the first rain after drought.